who was 4-0 up in that one. Back to the main board, Hamilton against Van Barneveld, and back to Sid Waddell.
Well, Barney is looking like Quicksilver on that red bit.
85.
In the last leg and a half, his accuracy has jumped up, I'd say, at least 20%. Whereas although it looks deliberate and it looks accurate, it's the third one he's had in the deck, which suggests, Nige, that he's not got the weight of the board
39.
right. He's taken some velocity off it.
And here we see the release then, Sid. Third bounce out of the game so far for Hamilton, and it could prove costly.
94.
This man switches across to treble 18 beautifully, and Barneveld's finishing wonderful so far. He's only missed one shot at a double, Barneveld, and that's one of the main reasons why this man's in a spot of bother, but he's now looking at much better than a
120.
fourth bounce out.
Rest only 9 here. Now here's the shot he copied from Taylor that Taylor's abandoned. The understacker probably won't go there now. 18's is better. No, he's on the full area. Will be at the double before Hamilton has to adjust now downward. The downward adjustment, very clumsy compared to Barney's. Not in it. That's the thing that's deciding this. Who's got the best adjustment to the 16, Nige?
88 needed then. Double 14 now for Barneveld for a 5-1 lead, and that finishing is simply stunning from Barneveld. Missed only one shot at the double so far. 5 out of 6, 83%. That is clinical, and Barneveld in complete control of this game. A test of character now for Andy Hamilton.
And a test of the weight of the shot. It's chalk and cheese. Who's got the weight right? Got the weight right with the last dart. That's not good enough. Barney is doing the classic understack, which is to land the dart high in the bed or just out, and his percentage checkout is 83%, which is stratospheric.
45.
Silly last dart. Should have been somewhere else with that, I think. As we see that lovely release. Beautiful hold on the dart, much more flesh than say Taylor puts on the barrel, and Hamilton all over the place. His margin of error now nearly half an inch, which wouldn't win you much. The dog and duck putty.
Well, Barneveld's finishing has been far better than his score accumulation early on in a leg. Although his average is still not bad, near a ton.
140.
Who are we to criticise? Who are we to criticise a world-class player like Barneveld? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well ahead of this man, Hamilton, who lost to Barneveld last year in the last 16. But this is more like it. This is what we know he can do, and it's his second maximum of the match.
Well, talking about the last 16 leads me, Nige. Ronnie Baxter is as good as he's ever got here. He's a local favourite in Lancashire. That 9-1 win over Weldon puts him as good as he's ever done. He was last in the last 16 in 06. And metronomic Ronnie, if he gets going, could take anybody. As I say, there are massive things coming out of the woodwork here. He's finding the range just at the right time. Is he ever, Nige?
Much better as he switches across to 10 and sets himself up for that double 16. And Hamilton will move forward to defend his throw and get his second leg of the game. Surely this is the moment now for Andy Hamilton to come forward and perhaps mount a recovery.
13 darter coming in now, the green bit. It's a lie. He's got to watch the flight do it. The flight's in the way of the obvious shot, and the barrel beautifully weighted. Bit more pace on it to miss the barrel.
That's more like it from Hamilton. Much more like it. And, quite a turnaround on board 4 with Alex Roy leading Andy Roberts 7-6. Quite a game in that particular contest. The Ace of Hearts one ahead of Roberts.
And for all of you friends and fans of Dennis Priestley, at the moment, Frosty the throw man showing Dennis the way to go home. 2-zip.
180.
That's 2 maximums each. A bit more animation on the Dutchman's chops now. Like a cheese taster, found a sweet piece of Edam. Likes it better now, Barney, even though that casual drift down the hockey, we know so well. Andy, as I say, has had trouble with the weight of the dart. He's had some. That's perfect. There should be at least 140 here. Or better! 9-yarder! On for the Stokey! Here we go, Bunnagle. We've had 40 over the S by Taylor. Another Stokey. Is there something in the air? I like that smoke. He used to belch from the potteries for the 9-yarder nudge.
Well, it's been a poor game for him so far, but what a turnaround this would be.
Needed that 60. Brilliant composure to hit that treble 19. Brilliant composure.
And a great round of applause from the crowd here as well. They could see what a terrific effort that was. And with Hamilton in a great position to break back here, he'd go within 2 legs of Barneveld. Double 16 needed. Game on here, without a doubt. Hamilton hits the middle of the bed. 5-3, Barneveld leads. Game on, here's Rod Stern.
Well, here on board 4, we've got quite a nail-biter on our hands. Alex Roy and Andy Roberts. This one could go all the way to the final leg. It's 7-all. Roy was 4-0 down in this game, edged ahead 7-6, but has been pegged back at 7-all by Andy Roberts, the pub qualifier, the man who beat Anastasia Dobro-Mislova in the first round back on Thursday night. 7-all on this one, board 4.
Well, back on the main stage, quite a game developing here. Barneveld was 5-1 up, remember, but Hamilton has hit back and was on for a 9-darter just a few moments ago and has stepped it up appreciably. And when you look at the 3-dart averages now as well, Hamilton closing that gap. Don't forget, you can contact us here at the Reebok Stadium. 84401, costing 25 pence. Network charges may vary.
And check your spelling, because John Gwynn's the next schoolmaster, and Mark's will be given out of 10. What a match. Barney understacked nicely. That one should have been in. And the averages indicate a tightening up. He was hanging about in the low 80s, was Andy Hamilton, and Barney was at one stage 102.
57.
And here we see, of course, the turntable. And Hamilton with those 3 180s so far. He certainly stepped it up.
100.
It was a slow start. It was a subdued start by both players here. But